I got a phone call from my sister, and she said, something's going on at the house. I need you to go into town. And I said, what's going on? And she said, I don't know, but I think someone's dead.
20 years. That's how long it took for one Arizona family to hear the words they'd waited their entire lives for. We have an arrest. 15-year-old Elena Lasswell was bright, loving, and full of life. When her family found her murdered in her own bedroom, their world shattered overnight. 2 decades later, on the exact day she was killed, detectives finally placed handcuffs on her accused killer. It was the summer of 2004 in Phoenix, Arizona, a city growing fast, yet still marked by close-knit neighborhoods where everyone knew each other. Elena lived in the Encanto neighborhood, a community just west of downtown. Her family, deeply rooted in faith, had adopted 5 children through Catholic social services. By all accounts, Elena was a vibrant, loving teenager who adored her parents and siblings. But on the night of July 10, 2004, that sense of safety vanished. Just before midnight, Phoenix police officers were dispatched to a home near 23rd Avenue and Thomas Road after receiving a call for help. Inside, they found Elena's brother and his friends, devastated and in shock. In her bedroom lay Elena, gravely injured. Despite the efforts of both police and Phoenix fire crews, she could not be saved. Elena was pronounced dead at the scene. An autopsy later confirmed the brutality of the crime. She had been strangled, suffered blunt force trauma to the head, and was sexually assaulted. Witnesses recalled seeing Elena the night before with a teenage boy between 16 and 19 years old. That was the last time she was seen alive. Detectives followed every lead they could find, but soon those leads ran dry. In the weeks and months that followed, investigators worked tirelessly to identify the person responsible. They presented the case to silent witness, pleading for help from the community. But despite their efforts, the trail went cold. For nearly a decade, the Lasswell family waited, never giving up hope, even as the years passed and Elena's mother eventually passed away herself.
She died a year and a half later. We attribute one of the main causes of it as the broken heart. You know, she was devastated. I wanted to finish what my sister had started.
Detective Dominic Rostenberg joined the case years later, inheriting the responsibility from another investigator who had made him promise never to give up. Dom, this case means a lot to me, the detective had told him. Rostenberg promised he wouldn't stop until justice was found. The preserved evidence from 2004 proved crucial. The work they did back then helped us get to where we are now, Rostenberg later said. Signs of a struggle were found in the room, damage to the walls, and an open window suggesting the attacker had escaped through it. Then, in 2012, the case took a dramatic turn. Phoenix police cold case detectives decided to re-examine the evidence using new DNA technology. They developed a genetic profile that pointed to a name: Sergio Francisco Reyes, who had been just 17 years old at the time of the murder. The team went further, thinking outside the box, as Rostenberg described it. They located one of Reyes's relatives, obtained a familial DNA sample with consent, and confirmed the match. In March 2013, testing solidified Reyes as the lead suspect. The following year, a Maricopa County grand jury indicted him on charges of first-degree murder, sexual assault, kidnapping, and burglary. But there was one major problem. Reyes had fled to Mexico shortly after the killing. For nearly a decade, U.S. and Mexican authorities worked to locate and extradite him. The U.S. Marshals Service in Phoenix played a crucial role in bringing him back across the border. To identify and capture someone in another country presents enormous challenges, Rostenberg said. Without them, I'm confident Sergio would never have been brought back to justice. Finally, on July 10th, 2024, exactly 20 years to the day of Elena's murder, Reyes was extradited to Arizona and booked into the Maricopa County Jail on a $1 million cash-only bond, deemed a high-flight risk. For Rostenberg and Elena's family, it was a moment filled with emotion. "I hate the word closure," he said, "because you never really get closure after something like this."
It's bittersweet, but I was so excited and so happy, but it's bittersweet. The news initially is absolutely wonderful. They got him off the street. He can't hurt anyone else.
But it gave them relief, knowing the person responsible would finally be held accountable. A year after his extradition, Sergio Reyes stood before a Maricopa County judge. As part of a plea agreement, he pled guilty to second-degree murder, and the other charges were dismissed. He has since been sentenced to prison. Maricopa County Attorney Rachel Mitchell praised the investigators, saying, "This case highlights the tireless efforts of Phoenix police detectives and prosecutors who never gave up. The defendant tried to run and hide. But in Maricopa County, the truth in law enforcement will catch up to you." Elena's aunt, Katie Tourville, expressed both gratitude and grief.
It just felt like they cared, and I knew they did. The whole process with Phoenix PD was amazing. The original detectives were awesome. That whole team they were absolutely amazing. And I'm really grateful for them. They didn't give up. They didn't give up on our Elena, and that means a lot.
"Knowing that someone is being held responsible feels amazing," she said. "It's been a long haul, and thank God for Phoenix PD. They never stopped." She reflected on her sister's wish before she passed away, not for revenge, but for peace. She just wanted him caught so he couldn't hurt anyone else. Elena's father, Steve Lasswell, echoed those sentiments. "It brings back a lot of bad memories," he said, "but we were amazed that after all this time, this would finally happen." He smiled softly when remembering his daughter. She was a wonderful, vibrant girl. She loved her family. We'll never forget her. She's still part of us. For 2 decades, Elena's loved ones lived with questions and heartbreak. But through perseverance, science, and the unwavering determination of those who refused to forget, justice finally caught up, 20 years to the day she was taken.